Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a bit of a hidden medical mystery that might literally be happening right inside your own body. We are talking about your kidneys. These are organs that are incredibly vital to keeping you alive. But here's the catch. They are completely silent when they're in trouble. Because they don't actually have pain receptors to sound an alarm, they have to rely on a totally different method to tell you they're struggling. Basically, they send you daily messages. But the real question is, are you reading them?
So be honest with me for a second. Did you actually look at your urine before flushing the toilet this morning? Probably not, right? I mean, for most of us, going to the bathroom is such a mundane, everyday routine that we don't even give it a second glance. We just flush and walk away. But skipping this simple 3-second visual check could actually, legitimately, be a matter of life and death.
Well, check this out. A staggering 1 in 8 adults have chronic kidney disease. Just to put that into perspective, that translates to over 13 million people in populations like Japan, where these major studies actually originate. But here is the absolute tragedy of it all. Less than half of the people who actually show early signs on their health checkups seek any medical help. Their bodies are desperately waving these giant red flags, and they're just looking the other way.
To get why this happens, I want you to think of your kidneys as this massive, super high-tech water treatment plant. Inside, you've got these microscopic filters called the glomerulus. You have about 1 million of them in each kidney. But as we age, specifically after we hit 40, we lose about 1% of these filters every single year. And you know what the scariest part is? Once they're destroyed by things like high blood pressure or diabetes, they never, ever grow back.
And just to give you an idea of exactly how hard these tiny, delicate filters are working every day, 150 liters. That is the massive amount of blood these filters have to process every single day just to produce about 1.5 liters of urine. So urine isn't just waste, you know. It's really the ultimate daily inspection report from your internal water treatment plant.
So what exactly should we be looking for on this daily report? Well, we're counting down the top 6 warning signs, kicking things off with sign number 6, a change in smell. If the treatment plant is failing, nitrogen waste concentrates, and that causes a really sharp ammonia smell. On the flip side, a sweet, fruity smell means sugar is leaking out. That is a massive red flag for diabetes, which, by the way, is the root cause for about 40% of all new dialysis cases.
Think about it. Have you noticed a persistent change in smell recently? If your diet and your hydration haven't really changed, but you're getting that sharp or sweet odor lasting for over a week, it is not just your imagination. It's essentially the smoke before the fire. You should definitely drink plenty of water just to rule out simple dehydration, but if it sticks around, it's absolutely time for a blood and urine test.
Moving right along to sign number 5, which is persistently dark urine. Now, we often just brush off dark yellow or brownish urine as, oh, I just need to drink more water. But if this dark color persists for weeks, even when you're hydrating well, it's a lot like turning on your tap and seeing rusty water come out. It means there's deep trouble. It's either from a rusting pipe, meaning your kidneys, or the water source itself, which actually points to hidden liver or biliary issues.
So ask yourself, how many days this past month has your urine looked darker than usual? Here's a really simple test you can do. Drink 1 or 2 glasses of water and wait about 2 hours. If your urine clears right up, it was probably just temporary dehydration. But if it stays that dark brown or tea color, your body is sounding an alarm that you simply cannot afford to ignore.
Okay, now for sign number 4, blood in the urine, medically known as hematuria. When those tiny filters we just talked about get inflamed or damaged, the microscopic holes actually stretch out, and that lets red blood cells slip right through. Imagine a worn-out tea strainer where the mesh is widened out, and it's slowly letting tea leaves leak out into your cup. That's exactly what's happening to your kidneys, giving the urine a pinkish or ground tint.
Have you ever noticed a sort of pinkish hue and just blamed it on being super tired or stressed out? Honestly, most people do. They just flush it away, figuring it was a weird one-time fluke. But if you ever see this, you need to grab your smartphone and snap a picture of it immediately. Actually showing a photo to your doctor is vastly more effective than trying to describe some specific shade of color from memory weeks later.
But here is the absolute crucial point you need to remember. Painless hematuria is literally the most dangerous kind. Think about kidney stones. They cause agonizing pain, which practically forces you to go to the hospital. But when your kidney filters are slowly breaking down, or if there's a tumor, it doesn't hurt at all. In fact, research shows that in people over 50, ignoring painless bleeding hides a serious disease in about 15% of cases.
All right, sign number 3 is where this crisis really starts affecting the rest of your body. Decreased urine volume and swelling. If your kidneys are failing, the factory processing line is basically shutting down. But the raw materials, like all the fluids you drink, are still coming in. With nowhere to go, this wastewater pools up in your body. It typically sinks down to your legs, causing severe swelling where your sock marks just will not disappear. I want you to seriously consider this for a second. Are you drinking your usual amount of water but producing way less urine? Studies actually reveal that roughly 60% of patients with stage 3 chronic kidney disease experience this exact type of severe leg swelling. It basically means your internal warehouse is flooded with toxic waste.
And that brings us to sign number 2, nocturia, which is waking up frequently at night to use the bathroom. Now, people almost always just blame this on getting older or maybe having prostate issues, but it's incredibly misunderstood. Research shows that roughly 40% of elderly people suffering from frequent nighttime bathroom trips are actually experiencing a decline in their kidney function.
So honestly, how many times did you wake up to use the bathroom last night? If you used to sleep totally peacefully until morning, but over the last year or so you find yourself getting up 2, 3, or even more times, especially if your daytime bathroom habits haven't changed, your kidneys are trying to tell you something critical about their ability to concentrate waste.
It helps to think of a healthy kidney kind of like an air conditioner with a really efficient eco mode. At night, it automatically slows down, concentrating your urine so you can sleep completely uninterrupted. But when a kidney begins to fail, this eco mode breaks completely. It just runs at full blast, producing large amounts of diluted water 24/7, which is exactly what forces you out of bed all night long.
All right, let's see how all of this builds to our number 1 absolutely most critical warning sign, persistent foamy urine. And we aren't just talking about a few bubbles from a strong stream here. We are talking about a thick, creamy foam that looks like the head of a poured beer or whisked egg whites, and it stays in the bowl long after you're done. This means protein is massively leaking from your filters.
So here's my direct challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, will you just pause for 3 seconds to check the toilet bowl for foam before you flush? Leaking protein isn't just a symptom of a problem, it's a destructive force all on its own. It's like stepping on the gas and the brake at the exact same time. The leaked protein actively causes severe inflammation, which just accelerates the destruction of your remaining kidney filters.
And what's truly terrifying here is the sheer scale of this danger. Research that followed patients long-term shows that ignoring this protein leakage increases your risk of end-stage renal failure by a massive 6 times. A 6-fold increase in your chances of needing dialysis simply because you didn't look down to check for foam.
But hey, this explainer isn't about scaring you, it's absolutely about empowerment. So, moving on from the problem, here is our solution. 3 simple steps you can start right now to take control. First, do that 3-second visual check for color and foam. Second, weigh yourself daily under the exact same conditions. A sudden spike in weight means hidden fluid is pooling up. And third, grab some of those highly affordable home urine test strips from the pharmacy so you can check for protein and blood yourself.
Next up, we really need to manage your lifestyle and, importantly, know your data. You've got to keep your daily salt under 6 grams. Yes, that means leaving the tasty noodle soup broth in the bowl. Hydrate smartly. You don't want to drown a weak kidney with excessive water. And pull out your last health checkup to look for these exact numbers: creatinine over 1.2 for men or 1.0 for women, or an eGFR below 60. If you see those numbers, it is absolutely time to have a serious partnering conversation with your doctor.
Finally, I want you to ask yourself, who in your life makes frequent bathroom trips at night? Who do you love that might be completely missing these silent alarms? You now have the knowledge to protect your kidneys, but they might not. I urge you to share this explainer with them immediately. Don't wait on this. That single share might just be the intervention that saves their life.